Most welcome to the Voice of Evolution. The frequency here for the month of July 2020 is asking us to move into the field of frequency of self-dependency, and with it comes self-mastery and self-discovery. So it's all coming down to the self, yet opening that self up to equal encounters that are willing to move into their strength. So the first 6 months of 2020 were pretty harsh on people, very difficult, very rational, very emotional at the same time, needing to cut old jobs away, needing to cut friendships, family members away, needing to find new ways of lifting your organism, actually your life structure, into the unknown, and which was pretty scary for many people, which I understand. But then again, remember, we have not been educated into strength physically, mentally, emotionally, psychology wise, actually, and so that is very important. Never think I cannot do it. You can all do it. And so with many retrogrades going on, many eclipses going on, it is a fast and forward movement to moving into your strength and into the detail that you could become, and that is blowing away every dependent factor in your brain. And so I witness a lot of guru syndrome still on the internet. Dependency, especially through the atrocity of moving inward, but then in a retrograde way that is not acceptable, and that is termed hypnosis. There's even courses on hypnosis. I mean, have you not been born in the big war world of hypnosis? And know people teaching that that is the worst I've ever seen in this grand pandemic. So elevating, removing many masks out of your energy field and revealing the true you with, I mean, so many beautiful gifts, talents, potential to move on, and that stayed dormant for many, many eons. You have the chance to pull that out. Why? If looking at the new solar system, the strength of Pluto is retrograde. The strength of bringing yourself in an expansive parameter is retrograde, talking about Jupiter. And then, of course, that detail, that severity that comes to Saturn, well, puts you on the ley lines of getting something really done. And that is working harder within self, well, seeing the true self maybe for the first time. And that is very, very beautiful. On the other hand, we have the fire engines moving through Mars, Cassiopeia, and all the way into the dragon strength, so you can also utilize that. But the most beautiful thing is always balance yourself out. Anytime you encounter energies that still dig into the atrocities going on, like the 5G, like that vaccine thing and the mask, just tell yourself, this is not my energy, nothing to do with that, this is not my energy. I do not particularly have a feel that this vaccine is coming around. We will be moving into a strength far too fast now for those willing to do the work. And there's many who will lift the others up right now, and that is needed because we are moving from an age of grand dependency and brain manipulation, mind control, name it, into the age of independency, especially on others and outside forces. So please do not be afraid to go within and just work with one of the 22 ways of creations. If you do not really know how to meditate, just breathe a color through. Color is consciousness. And so I've been studying a bit further in what the physicians and scientists are doing now, and that is still fishing for something that is all there on a golden platter. I do understand many people have a difficult time to understand that we are part of the microcosmos, and or the macrocosmos or microcosmos needs to align to that. So whatever the universe brings through, and that is all the galaxies, that is the solar systems, that is the universal systems, that is not easy to understand for many people. Just look at it as energies that are fusing with our body as part of the solar system, as the earth is turning around the sun and opening up the great central sun. There is where you get action oriented. So here, just ask the universe every single time just to balance you out and balance you out, because the old chakra system is over and done with. The old energy fields around the body, including the spiritual, mental and higher bodies, is over and done with. We are moving into a new composition. So I have a free meditation to download your new chakra system, the 12 chakra system out there on my YouTube channel, should you be willing to do that. So every time a dense force tries to kick in, just detach. Command yourself, detach. That is not my energy. Over and done with. Just command yourself to do that, and that is opening up into your strength, because the power of the word that has been cut off to the throat and genes, that is exactly what we need to become. The word of power, standing strong in our voice, so the outside forces, whatever is happening in society, cannot hit you. Do not listen to the news, do not listen to social media, and decipher what is good information and what should be left behind. And that will give you a good go in being as one as you can with the unifying fields and pulling teams together into the month of June. New teams teaming up with a lot of knowledge, because everybody has a specialty in domains, and when these specialties fuse together, that is, then we can start opening up the light armies that will work worldwide, and that needs to be done through teams of light. We cannot do it alone anymore, because there is too much work to be done. And I see a great vision that you could have is how you envision the planet right now, and hold on to that vision. Hold on to a new vision of you being very extremely innovative and creative. So working with the bridge of light, the Aquarian area, that is also extremely potential and valuable if you want the simple things to align with, and opening that up, especially with your guiding star, the North Star. But then again, everything that has been inverted is inverting more and more into its correct position. So a lot is happening in the universe, and we have to follow up, and being open to channel our own information and giving that to humanity is very important. So I would suggest here to question yourself and go into a space. Just ask for a space in which you can discover yourself more. Ask that space, ask the universe to show you what needs to evaporate from your system, and just breathe that out and breathe that through. Then ask the universe what kind of team you need to align with, and get these feelers through, because once the capacity of your intelligence, your intuition and your knowledge can align with the capacity of the inner feelings, your heart centers, then you can move a million years ahead of what the planet is bringing through. So unfortunately, the heart has been gone through too much pain and content that was never meant to happen on the planet. Even the universe is surprised by what is happening. So we have multiple layers of support in the universe. Just call these teams of light. Put the word light before every word that you say, and that will distract. Dense forces cannot enter when you put the word light before anything. And so ask for that help. For those really willing to move into their eternal vibration and opening up their energy fields and working through all these layers, these old mental barriers, and aligning through them, I have this 15 weeks online course that is very deep, and that will change you inside out, which is a necessity this time around. Or you can just align to your source and ask for direct guidance to do that with you and for you. So my 20 years experience in the field of bringing our consciousness in synchrone actually with the universe and what is happening is very important, because you become the eternal healer, and whatever is an obstruction, a stagnancy, falseness, old energies, you can immediately delete them or heal them, or whatever you would like to turn them. It needs the big release in the month of July. And that is very important as we move from July into the next level of the origin of the great central sun that is moving very, very fast now, and the bigger changes from July until December. And that is it's more like a determination point, like where will you be, on the other side or on this side, with the falseness and energies of hypnosis going on. You need to be crystal clear in consciousness, and that is reason for the awakening. So certainly no hypnosis. Align to your memory cords, and that comes also to the Saturn way. If I can give you something for this month to get a little more severe with yourself, because the divine is getting more and more severe with the energies coming through, that is simply aligning through the energies of gold, copper and earth tones, like clay tones, you know, and that will keep you in balance, will get the work done in your body, and brings through the extra push that you need to move it and get it going, because you get a vast opportunity to really open up to new people, new teams, new encounters. But it's up to us to do the work as well, and just not sit back and just wait for something to happen. No, we need to bring something into action. You need to be willing to open up new communications with people. You need to be willing to create something and ask for something you're yearning for. Your heart is asking for somewhere, and that can be worldwide. So you open up new creativities, new ideas, innovation, and when you align that first with yourself and you explore what you really want now, then there's no stopping you to connect with people that want the same, and that is a way to building these new encounters, new teams. So self-discovery by letting go of the old and moving into independency, because that is the worst that is still going on the planet, the guru syndrome, and keeping you in low vibrations of dependency. A learning zone is a learning zone, and so we can do online, so you can get a mentor, you can have assistance, but all of that assistance should move you in self-dependency and self-mastery and the ultimate strength, which is purely a code. So here also, whenever that is the new movement, actually working in meditation, breathing through energies from planets, from galaxies, from all consciousness you would like to integrate, whatever. Just ask for a code, a symbolism, and align that, because people are afraid in the first place of technology. Then again, a little is not is a necessity actually. And so letting go of if you have a sacred space at home, you can rebuild your space at this time, because that's going to be very important. Put more flowers, more plants, more gemstones, more crystals in it, and get that higher vibration, and do know where your crystals come from. So if you have crystals from Australia, from Colombia, from I don't know, the Wild West, from India, China, Portugal, I'm just talking, connect with that country and see what comes up. So usually you get a grid, and that grid gives or brings through information through your channel, and that is the way to uplift your energies, the way to bring the bigger encounters through. And that is like scientists are talking about getting through the wormhole, but moving through the old solar system into the new solar system, and you go galactic, universal, then you already merge all these 12 universes we are living in. So if that is still Chinese, Hebrew, or whatever language, that is perfectly okay. You don't have to understand it at this time, as long as you understand that you are living in one universe that is uplifting us all, and thus the earth is continuously lifting into a next plateau, and that is what you are feeling. The earth is continuously relaxing and moving out the old densities and negativities, the war fields, whatever. And reason why everything surfaces, comes more to the surface every day, of course, because it really needs to move up in order for us to see it. That is the awakening process, okay? So keep away from the mask, keep away from every thought form on vaccines, and especially the 5G stations, because there's one thing for sure: if you work in a light body that lives in a light space, meaning your home, with all the crystals crystallizing into your Christ consciousness, there is no way anything like 5G or these dense forces can hit you. Even medication will not work in a short amount of time anymore, because it will not match light in the body. So we need to reinvent medication, which we already on a good way with certain good physicians, very open to the spiritual movement and working a lot with herbal kingdoms, working with new technology in light. I'm very fond of that. Because also this morning I got new symbolism. I thought, what is that? And needs to come to the circulation and what it means. So I'm putting new art out. So you can simply align to a symbol, and that completely changes your consciousness. How about that? A lot less work than in the older days. So that is the fun coming through. So also here I have this course, I have that book in how to manifest your new life, my manifesto ritual with the ancient technology, and that is a workbook, very fun to do. Also, if you have people living in distress and a difficult time, I created the I Am faculty cards that works with all the elements, as we are made up with the elements water, eaters, the fire engines, the air compositions. Then just picking a card a day and reading about it and listening already uplifts you. It's very fun to do. I created them through my artworks, and so I realized that all my artworks were essentially about uplifting the soil, the planet, actually through the elements, because everything came into existence with the elements. So it's quite obvious we need to start out the repair in the body, in the soil with that. So clearing out the water in the body, clearing out the air, your lungs in the body is very beneficial. Clearing out the entire circulation system, clearing out the density in your bones is very essential as well. So if you do not have experience with working, just breathing through light, going into your organism and detecting density, then I have this online as well, breaking the barriers to old mentality. And these are 15 MP3 players in which we reorganize the organism. So it's very pleasant to do, but it's also a 360 degrees change in consciousness. So here the movement is really getting into self-dependency, self-discovery, and moving hypnosis far from your field of beautiful light masters and so beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with me, sharing my channel, commenting, engaging especially. So see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.